Hold your horses, people, okay? Relax. I know you haven't heard my voice in about a good 2 weeks. I know it's been feeling like I've been MIA. I haven't been on YouTube. I haven't been on Instagram, TikTok. Listen, I've been busy, okay? I'm I'm sorry, all right? But here, I'm gonna make it up to you guys, all right? Everybody just sit down, relax. I'll explain. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, of all races. Feels good, don't it? Feels good to say that. Welcome back. Welcome back to my honest take. This is the only podcast that matters and the only pod you'll ever need with your host, Quincy. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your Monday. Listen, I wanna say first off, just right away, that I apologize. Okay, I've been absent. I've been gone. Yes, I know, and I'm sorry. Okay, I've been busy with life. All right, I've been enjoying life each and every single day. Been with the fam. Been planning things. Been working on different projects. Been just trying to make sure things are going right and things feel right. Okay, so I do apologize for the absence. Okay, I will continue to give you guys the best content I possibly can when it comes to live stream, when it comes to YouTube reactions, when it comes to the podcast, when it comes to music, when it comes to everything. I've been pretty swamped with trying to make sure ideas go out right, making sure timings and everything is fine. We have an album coming out sometime soon this year. Don't quote me on the month yet, but we're aiming for a month pretty soon. But we have that in the works. We still have the YouTube reactions that'll be going up. Just haven't really been seeing anything that's been catching my eye to react to, or any type of vlogs or anything like that. But like I said, that's gonna change as I am going to start giving you guys a little short form content here and there. Listen, if people tell you that, you know, being a content creator is the easiest, I want to say it's the easiest. It's easy. All right, trust me, it's easy. But there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes that, looking at it now, I'm like, damn, okay. It is a little tough. It ain't harder than a 9 to 5 though. We ain't gonna start that again. But I have just been trying to make sure I get all this stuff together, get things right. But I do appreciate you guys just hanging in there, rocking with me still while all that's been taken care of. So I do appreciate y'all. All right. Now, I feel like I got all the formalities out the way. Y'all know what y'all came here for, man. Y'all came here to listen to the take that I'm here to give. All right, so let's just get right to it. Let's get right to it. All right. So, what's been going on in the news lately? All right, it's been a whole 2 weeks. All right, so what have I been seeing that I feel like, yo, everybody should know about this? Well, we're gonna start with the big one because I got a lot to say about it. Okay, Chris Tucker's family. All right, all of them, all of them, people quit their jobs after they found out he was making $20 million a year. Now, why do I find this important? Or why do I feel like this is something that needs to be talked about? Well, let's look at it. This is greed, people. This is greed to the maximum. Okay, because this is a family member who worked his ass off, who grinded, started from the bottom. Now we here. I'm a Drake ish. You know what I'm saying? This is someone who we've seen rise to the tops from the bottom. You know what I mean? Who grinded all the way to the top. And to be in the position that they at isn't luck. You could say that, yeah, okay, some luck is involved. Yeah, that's cool. But this is pure determination, skill, talent. Like, this is him really putting in the work in, right? For all your family members to say, hold on, you make a 20 mil a year? Yeah, let me stop working. Yeah, I'm not gonna clock in tonight. I work tomorrow. Nah, I'm on vacation. Like, for your family members to do that, people, let me tell you something. It's no love. There's no loyalty. There's no trust. There's none of that. Because what they're saying now, with just that message right there, is hey, you can provide for us. You can make sure that we're good. You can take care of us when we have nothing. You're our provider now. That's what that is. All right. And the thing that sucks about it, okay, is the fact that family members are the ones who use you the most. That's the one that sucks because you can see a friend using you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That happens. Oh, my friend's using me. All right, cool. That happens. We've seen that happen. But it always hurts the most when you're like, damn, you're supposed to be my family, my blood. And now you like, nah, man, we need that money. We're gonna take that money. You got 20 million, yeah, you're gonna help us out. Because now it doesn't specifically say outright, oh yeah, they're gonna use him for that. But let's be logical, people. They find out he's making 20 million, they all quit. Come on, y'all. We know what's going on. We know what's going on. Y'all gonna end up using his money. You know what I'm saying? Try to throw it in his face. Well, no, we take care of you. We took care of you back in this day. Like you telling us you can't do this for us. We've seen it happen before plenty of times, people. And that's the shit that sucks. Is because family always wants to cut deep with those wounds. They're gonna try to use it against you. They're gonna try to make you feel like you owe them. When in actuality, you don't, people. You don't. And it sucks that Chris Tucker is a victim of this because most people shouldn't have to deal with that. I'm just stating facts. Most people shouldn't have to worry about a family member coming to you. Oh, you making this much money? All right, cool. I'm gonna stop working. Hey, bro, you got $5. Hey, bro, you got $20. You got 200. You got 100 mil. You know what I'm saying? You got whatever it may be. You got this money? Yeah, I'm gonna need some of that, please. No, that's not how it works. Ain't no free handouts out here. I don't care if you blood. You better go clock in. I know someone wants some fries. Go ahead, get to flipping them crappy patties, SpongeBob. Let's be real. So to me, this was a topic that I felt like really needs to be addressed because Chris Tucker's not the only one that this happens to. This happens to a lot of people. He's just one of the lucky or unlucky few who has to deal with that. So I'm just saying to y'all, it's kind of crazy how they're doing this. You know, for them to just all just quit is insane. But it makes sense. People want that money. When they notice that you're making money and you're balling and you making it big time, oh boy, they gonna use you. Family or not, they gonna use you. So it is kind of crazy to just see all that happen, like I said, because nah, nah, y'all. That this is just nah. So Chris Tech, I feel for you, brother. To see that happen to you, yeah, I know that's definitely demoralizing and definitely makes you realize who's really your closest friends, who's really your family. I get it. Trust me on that one. Now, with Chris Tucker out the way, let's move into more idiocracy. Okay. America is we're in the end game now on some Avengers. All right. We're in the end game. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, there's so much happening. Okay. Apparently, they saying Trump wants to get rid of all the black people. Okay. Apparently, we're dropping bombs. We're putting our nose into business that it don't belong. You know, we're trying to not be cool with NATO. We're trying to be solo dolo. Apparently, it's crazy, right? But what is the most crazy is people. People are the craziest things that's ever walked this earth. Humans, Homo sapiens. We do things that, looking back on, we can look at it and say, damn, we act like animals. Yeah, you could say, well, we are animals. No. But we really act like animals. The savagery, you know what I'm saying? The beast-like mentality, the stupidity. You know, we do things without thinking and we just act on just pure emotion, adrenaline, or in this case, we act on that what's the word I'm looking for? Like not determination, but when you're down on your luck, people. What's that word? Where it's just like I have nothing else to lose. All right. We act on that too. Desperate. All right, we act very desperate. So let's talk about it. A man was run over and killed for $300 that he ended up withdrawing from the ATM, people. He was run over and killed for $300. Listen, the fact that I have to say that really boggles my mind because when were we running people over for $300? Wasn't it, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 that we were hitting licks? Now it's $300. Y'all, let's look at it. Let's look at it for with a let's look at it with a mindset like that we could really be like, okay, hold on, I'm paying attention now. Okay, I'm paying attention. So apparently, this started at the ATM. All right. Apparently, they tried to rob him at first. The guy ended up walking away, and the people had a stolen car, you know, stolen plates, whatever, and followed him. Right. The guy's walking past the street, past the crosswalk, and the car just turns, hits him. Right. Now, the fact that y'all have to kill someone for $300, like I said, is it just shows who you are. Okay, it shows your character. Now, I understand. Times now are tough. We feel like the economy is done. We feel like it's just over. There's nothing left for us here. It's done for it. We're done. I get it. I get it. I definitely do. But like I said, the part that gets me is the fact that y'all, it's $300. What life to you is worth $300? Because now apparently they've been caught already. Now you got to go to jail for $300. Think about that. You're in jail for stealing and killing somebody for $300. Listen to how pathetic you sound. Listen to you. You sound. It's stuff like that, people, that really makes me question humanity. Because if you're doing that for 300, what else would you do? What would you do for 100, 200, 150? What would you do for that? That's the part that gets me. And like I said, I'm speechless to it. I am. I truly am because there's nothing that could really make me look at this and say, I'm cool with that. Or I understand that. And y'all know me. I usually look at both sides, but not this time. Not this time, bro. Come on, y'all. So rest in peace to him. My condolences go out to his family because for you to die for $300, it really makes you look at people and say either the economy is so bad that we're gonna have to kill people for $300, or you're just that low of a person that you're like, 300 is all I need. I'm gonna commit murder. That's the only two. There's no in between. It's just those two. That's it. Like I said, it makes you think. It really does. So, like I said, my condolences one more time to him and the family as well. But I just had to give y'all that honest take right there on that. Now, with less sadness in the air, let's laugh a little bit. Let's get a little bit serious. Let's talk about Ye. Listen, I feel like he's back at it. He just doesn't stop. Okay, Ye doesn't stop. Ye just dropped a song. I'm jumping right into it, so be prepared. Ye just dropped a song named Hail Hitler. Now listen to me. The beat is stupid. Apparently I believe he produced it himself, but the beat was stupid. But the lyrics were stupid, and not in a good way, because this really made me think to myself, like, bro, um, Kanye, why? What was the point of this? It was really, it was a Nazi song. Like this would be the song that the Nazis played before committing mass genocide. This was their anthem. This was the go-to anthem right there. All right, that Kendrick, not say Kendrick, that Kanye song, people. And like I said, if you actually heard it, it really made you be like, bruh, what? But here's the bigger part. Here's the bigger kicker that made me question things. The song is deleted everywhere. Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere. The only place you can really truly find it is YouTube and SoundCloud, I believe. Okay. So if it's deleted everywhere, or not YouTube, I should say Twitter and SoundCloud is where you can find it. Right. But if the song's truly fully deleted, right, is this gonna prompt Kanye to do another rant? Because this rant that he might do might actually make sense because the rant he's gonna talk about obviously is free speech, freedom of speech. Oh, y'all took this off because I said hell Hitler, but y'all gonna leave songs with, guns, sexual assault, all this. You know what I'm saying, y'all? That's what y'all gonna talk about. But when I talk about it, my music's gotta be the lead. That's what he's gonna talk about, and I believe he said a little something about it. And that's the part that, like I said, it puts me in a position where I have to think. And my team Kanye and my team everyone else. Because as crazy as we may call Kanye, he does have good points sometimes. It's supposed to be freedom of speech. All these other people are saying what they want to say or saying what they want to say. But when I say it, there's a problem. Now there's also the other side of, but bro, do you see what you're saying? Like, we should not be talking about this. Like, I get it. I get it. But this is a situation and a topic where I'm just very confused on. Very confused. Because mm-mm, mm-mm. I couldn't even tell you. Mm-mm. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, people. I'm at a loss for words. And the funny thing about Ye, now he's trying to send a cease and desist to Kim Kardashian, claiming that she violates his parental rights, not seeing his kids, not being able to be there and be a father. It's so much going on in that household and in that mind. Really makes you think what's going on because yeah, it's too much for me. It's way too much for me. I would have gave up. I would have gave up mentally already because it's insane, people. It's insane. But yay, all I'm gonna say is this: I hope that things get better for your mental. Because I'm not calling you crazy, but I just hope your mental straight. Because it's hard for me to defend them, yo. I ain't gonna lie. It sucks constantly telling people, nah, you can't hate him, man. He made graduation. It's hard. All right, it's gonna get to a point. I run out of graduation talks. It's gonna get to that point where it's like, nah, it don't matter. So hey, people, welcome to life right now. Welcome to life right now. Now, some interesting news, right? On the other hand, is we had a black man, okay, who went in and just murdered a random police officer after his son was shot and killed by police in a carjacking incident. Now, I want to get right into this one because I feel like this is the heaviest topic and the most sensitive when it comes to what I will say because there's a lot to this. There's a lot to this. All right. And what I mean by that is let's take a look at it. So a man ended up getting arrested because he shot and killed a random off-duty police officer who was a crossing guard at the time. All right. And after he killed him, okay, he said that was for his son and him. So it makes you wonder what was the full reasoning behind it because we don't have the full details yet, or if we do, I haven't been able to see it of the actual incident that the son actually took place in. Because if it's something like I told you, I really look at both ways. If it's something where it looks like, bruh, okay, yeah, I see why. I can see why they shot him. You know what I'm saying? Is it messed up? Yes. Should they have found a different way? Yes. But it's like I get it. Why would you steal in this car and raising a gun, or why did you threaten this person and I expect not to happen? I can see that. You know what I mean? But here's the part that gets me. Why would you go for a random? off-duty police officer. Now, I could see so many arguments, but I just can't see that one. Now you could tell me, oh well, eye for an eye. They kill random blacks. We gonna kill random white. Let's do it. Okay, okay. I could hear you saying it. Do I understand? And to an extent, but I'm not really down for that one. Oh well, that's what he gets is sending a message, just a statement. Okay. What's next? Like everything you're saying, I could look at it and be like, well, maybe, right? But shouldn't you? And I'm not encouraging this, but shouldn't you go after the man that actually killed your son? You don't want to go for the off-duty one because I look at it this way. Imagine you're just being a crossing guard, or imagine you're just playing basketball, sit down, or imagine you're just in line, whatever it may be, random. You're not doing nothing, and you just instantly get shot and killed or ran over. So if you're just doing your own thing and that happens to you, wouldn't it make you feel like, damn, I just died for no reason? Like, no reason at all. That's how I look at these things. Let me put myself in the shoes and see how I feel about it. Like, damn, nah, that's kind of crazy, bro. You know what I mean? It's a random person who ain't do nothing. But now I can see what you're saying too, because you're probably like, well, some of us are just sitting there doing nothing and we still get, okay, yeah, you can say that. But sometimes you don't want to go eye for an eye. Now, I understand. We say, hey, let the justice system handle it. We've been getting fucked by the justice system our whole life, it feels like. So us saying that is not gonna do nothing for us. I get it. So some of us want to say no, let's take it into our own hand and let's do it our way. I get it. I'm fine with you saying that because I understand the frustration. But you have to go about it the right way. You have to go about it the right way. I tell y'all all the time, if you know your rules and you know your laws, you can really never lose. Because if they want to screw you over, guess what? The rules don't exist then and apply. So now you can start really putting more shit together. And then you can win a lot of things, bro. You can. Make sure you get your water in for a quick water break. We need that, people. But that's what I'm saying, though. So him doing this, it's like I'm on the fence. One part I'm with him, like, you know what? Yeah, I'm proud of you. Do that. Stand up for your son. Rest in peace. Do your thing. But then the other part, I'm like, yo, you should have just went for the killer. Why'd you go for the random off-duty officer? What was the point of even doing it in the first place? Just relax, sit low. Like it's so many variables, or so many details. Looking at it, it's like, mm, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I can't really be mad because we've just seen a woman go and call a 5-year-old the hard R. Just went in on him and called him that. And she ended up making a GoFundMe page and raised over 700,000 to keep herself safe. She said, just to be safe, just to make sure I keep my family safe. It raised over $700,000. So it just goes to show how much people are willing to work together. How much it feels like they're united against us, right? That's what it makes you feel. That they're united against black people. You got the man who goes to kill a regular off-duty cop because it feels like, yo, y'all just taking people away. You have a girl who's able to call a 5-year-old that hard R and gets not $700,000 for it saved up. You have an Asian recording and saying, hey, get out my country, you black person, da da da, and a black person laughing. Like, this is the point that I'm trying to make. It really makes you feel like, damn, are we really going back into those times? Are we really going back to those ages where, oh, you're black, well, we don't like you. Oh, you look black, yeah, come with us. You know what I mean? Oh, and you're mixed, yeah, good night. Are we really going back to that? I'm just asking a question, people, because that's how it makes me feel seeing everything that I'm seeing. Seeing everything that I'm seeing, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Okay. So hey, like I said, it's weird to see how everything works out. But guess what? That's how the cookie crumbles. So we got to see what's gonna happen with this girl. Is she's gonna make the meal? Is she gonna end up buying things to actually help protect her family, or is she gonna get a mansion and do that? Because more than like that's what she's gonna do. Move out, move that place that may be the hood to her, and go get herself a nice little mansion and all that just for calling a 5-year-old that N word, dog. That's crazy. And then we gotta see the sentencing for our mans who just shot the off-duty cop. See what happens with him. Or people gonna start a GoFundMe. Or people gonna actually try to pray for his release or petition for his release. It's a lot. And like I said, it really makes you wonder about how things are run in this country, because this country is it's beyond broke. It needs more than a repair, more than a fix from everything in this world, from everything, especially the people. And it doesn't matter your race, people. It doesn't. But it just goes to show, though, that with it being so much race, that's all we can ever bring up. It's insane. Now, I want to talk about something that I think fits this very well, and I think everybody should listen to this. So, a lady, right, ended up going viral for cooking crabs alive in a Ninja air fryer. It looks like, okay, she cooked the crabs alive, and then ended up eating them. And everybody's going ham, going in. Oh my gosh, this is the most inhumane way to eat a crab. I can't believe you did that. They were still alive. They're hurting. You know what I'm saying? You're making them hurt in pain, agonizing pain. Should did it more humane. Just boil the water to the hottest temp and then throw them in. Yeah, it'll be slower. Da 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 da. Right. Okay. Here's the thing that gets me when people say stuff like this, y'all. Okay. You guys are mad at a girl who's cooking crabs to eat, but yet you eat chicken, you eat beef, you eat pork. You're eating things that's getting slaughtered on a daily, tortured, getting all these testosterones and all this stuff to make them big and plump and fat, where they, every time they walk, they could break their legs. Now, you guys are eating all that stuff, but get mad at a girl, heated up, ate crab. Are y'all serious? Are y'all serious? The same crabs that get boiled in hot water, yeah, it's gonna hurt people still. What you talking about? Oh, but let's look at different seafood. Lobsters that be on display at Red Lobster, Walmart, and all that, with their claws taped up. Yeah, that can fuck up lobster. I don't know if you guys do that. Where now they can't open their claws because it's been taped for so long. You know. Oh well, it's a deal. It's a deal. It don't matter. It don't matter, people. You listen. The ignorance of people to say stuff like that, but then you can't say that someone is doing something one way when you're gonna do it the other way, or you're gonna continue to eat the food, or you're gonna continue to do those same practices or support those practices. That's what makes me mad. Because if you're gonna talk about someone doing something one way, why do you do it? Why do you support it? Why do you act that? Why do you see it? Why do you watch it? Things like that. Like that's the part that really starts to make me feel like, hold on, bro. Let's look at this. Let's look at this a little bit, you know. And like I said, it's. Mm, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. You guys really mad that a girl's cooking. That's all I can say, bro. That's all I can say. I don't understand it. Now, we gotta touch up on our quick news real quick to really give y'all, that little flavor of the what's it, the minute to win it. So let's go ahead, y'all sit there, relax. Let's jump right into it. Streamers are now being able to go ahead and sign record deals with actual music labels. Neon has officially signed a multi-million deal with Empire, is what they are saying. So we got to see what that actually includes. Is he gonna rap? Is he just gonna stream? Is he going to podcast? What is he gonna do when he's actually there? We have a streamer by the name of Marlon, who's reportedly been dropped by Ralph Lauren after some very alleged allegations against him that are very, very strong when it comes to a lot of things. So that's a whole nother topic to dive into, but I have to let y'all know that quickly. GTA 6 is reportedly going to be out next year in 2026 in May. Hopefully, they are able to go ahead and get this game out for everybody who has been waiting, as I do know that y'all have been fiending for this game. Trust me, I know we all have been there. Okay, we get it. We ended up seeing a woman who was in a road rage incident who ended up going to the car that she was yelling at and, you know, taking a shit on it and defecating on it. Right there on the hood of the car. That's fighting. We gotta fight. You do that. Like, I ain't gonna lie. That's we're fighting. There's nothing else that can save you because, huh? Like, what's going on? We gotta nah. Makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. It's I'm speechless. First off, I'm speechless. Global warming, they're saying, is ending as Antarctica reverses its trend and gains ice for the first time in decades. So that's interesting. We got to see what's going to happen with that. If that's real ice, if all that. For all my conspiracy theorists, people, we just got to see what's going to happen with that. Hopefully it does end, and now we're getting ice and stuff back. Hopefully. We have the real ID that ended up taking effect, so you got to have that to take domestic flights when it comes to traveling. Just make sure you get that real ID as fast as you can if you're someone who loves to travel. Just going to make life way easier for you people. So please keep that in mind. And lastly, we have Dochi, who most people are claiming is a industry plant who's yelling at her actual people who's helping her. She's constantly just doing things that we look at as saying, nah, I don't like that. She's making songs that people are saying, I don't know, I don't like that. So it's very interesting to see what she's doing and how she's handling it. But industry plant, yo. There's no way she just came out the cut out of nowhere and got rap album of the year and stuff. I still can't believe that. But that's what they're saying, man. Dochi's the industry plant. She's the one that's taking over, and people are noticing and calling her out on. All right. And like I said, lastly, this is the real lastly. We got to jump into our sports bet before I go. Cavs, if you're a Cavs fan, just give it up now. It's over 3-1 Pacers. It's about to be 4-1. It's over there. Gentlemen sweep. There is nothing y'all could do with them. I don't know what's happening. I really thought y'all had it, but nope. The Pacers are giving y'all the business belt to ass. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's getting ugly. All right, so we got Pacers over there versus the Cavs. We got the Thunder and the Nuggets. MVP versus MVP. Thunder take the lead this time, 2-0, 2-1 over there. Okay, so we got to see how that ends up turning out when it comes to that series. I got Thunder still in that one. Thunder's just smaller. They know how to move. This is going to be a great series, and we got them 2-1 right now. Hopefully they can. They're extending it to 3-1. Then we have Warriors and Timberwolves. That's been a good series. Anthony Edwards and Curry were both out. Ant came back. Curry is still out. Might not be eligible for Game 6 or Game 7 if needed. But Ant was there. Dropped 36, I believe. Jimmy Butler dropped 33. He tried to backpack. He tried. But I realized, damn, I'm not backpacking, y'all. So, oh my gosh. So, hey, sports is back. Colorado Rockies is the worst goddamn baseball team in history. It feels like they can't buy a goddamn home run. It was ugly. It's ugly. So, but yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that everything's back. All right. Shador Sanders had his mini camp with the Browns. People are saying he's looking good. Dylan Gabriel, you might be out of a job as a rookie already. All right. Show the strength of schedules for the NFL. Of course, 49ers got the easiest schedule. Makes sense with all the injuries they had. Felt like everybody was getting injured in San Francisco. And I believe Eagles in the top 5. Chiefs are in the top 10. Bengals are in the top 5, I believe, or top 8. So, yeah, some tough schedules here and there. Giants have the worst schedule in history. They have the hardest schedule ever. That's going to be insane for them. So, we'll see if they can win one. We'll see if they can win one, people. But, yeah. Listen, I appreciate all you guys rocking with me always with the continuous love and support. You guys know I'm going to continue to deliver the content the best way that I know how and the best way I can. We're just going to constantly keep grinding and constantly keep climbing to the top. All right, so I do appreciate each and every single one of you guys for constantly showing that love and support, man. My name is Quincy, and you've been listening to My Honest Take.